Hello and welcome to today's broadcast. Thank you for joining me once again today. If you haven't as yet subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel and also click the notification bell so that you don't miss any of our upcoming broadcasts. Now, today I want to share with us about 8 things, 8 powerful forces that we can deploy and begin to change our lives today. Have you ever been in a place where you think about your life, you think about your future, you think about the circumstances and the situation that you are going through, and you feel hopeless? You feel like there is no way out of this that I'm going through here today. Have you ever been in such a situation? I have been. But I've come to realize and to understand that no matter how a situation or circumstance may get hopeless, there is always something we can do to change the situation. If we are intentional and if we are willing to deploy these powerful things that we're going to talk about here, if we are going to deploy these forces to action, things will begin to move and to change. It was Sir Isaac Newton, the great physicist, who said in one of his laws of motion, he said, an object will remain at rest or stagnant until a power or a force greater than its resistance is applied. An object will remain at rest or stagnant. In other words, putting it simpler, a situation will remain as it is until and unless a power or a force that is greater than that situation is exerted or applied. Now, because of that, I've come to realize that many a times when we wallow in seemingly hopeless situations and circumstances, we give up, we give in, we surrender, and we don't exert force. We don't apply ourselves, or we don't apply principles that generate power that is greater or higher than the resisting circumstance. So I want to share with you 8 powerful things or powerful forces that you can deploy in your life, even beginning today, to change situations, to change circumstances. What are they? Number 1 is prayer. Prayer is powerful. When things are not well, when things are tough, you have to learn to deploy and unleash the power of prayer. Prayer, of course, must be in all seasons, in all circumstances, whether good or bad. But my focus mainly here is when things are not well, when you feel like you are down and out, when you feel like there is no more hope, there is no more chance for me. You can deploy the power generated in prayer to move things around. Oh, yes. And every faith or every religion knows and acknowledges the power of prayer. Even those who are not believers of Christ, they know, they believe, they acknowledge prayer. It might be done differently in different faiths or different religions, but they understand that some form of communication with the divine, some form of communication with the superior or with the spiritual can generate power so great that it changes situations and circumstances. So number 1, put your knees down or lay yourself down, sit down and pray. You generate immense power by prayer. Force number one is the force of prayer. You can generate so much power to change things around by prayer. Number two is agreement. Now, scripture teaches us, saying, when two of you shall agree pertaining to anything, your Father in heaven will honor that agreement. Power of agreement. It is crucial and important that even in your lowest moments, look for somebody you confide in, whom you can talk to, whom you can share your burden with, and agree together, be it in prayer that we have talked about, or in plan or strategy on how to come out. There is power in agreement. You probably know and understand already that as human beings, we are relational creatures. We are not meant to live in isolation. We are not meant to do life by ourselves. We are relational beings. And when we find relations, when we find partners, when we find people we can work alongside with, we generate so much power and so much potential. So number two, find or deploy the power of agreement. Look for a prayer partner. Look for a counselor or a mentor. Look for somebody you can talk to, either you can pray with, or you can agree upon on some plans and decisions about your life. That will begin to change your life there and there. Number three is diligence. Have you noticed that what quickly happens when you are discouraged, when you are disappointed? What quickly happens is a withdrawal of effort, a withdrawal of energy. But I want to encourage you that continue to deploy diligence. I've helped a number of people who were not being treated well at work, or who felt that things were not going well at work. And for that reason, they had withdrawn their full energy. They were not doing their very best. They were just doing the bare minimum. But in those discussions, I always encouraged them that when you withdraw your energy, you give the others even more reasons to mistreat you. Don't withdraw your diligence. Keep doing your best. It's not easy, but you forcefully tell yourself, I can't be redefined by situations and circumstances. I'll keep investing myself. I keep doing my very best. I'll keep fighting for the brand that I am. I must be consistent in how I handle myself. So diligence. That's a force to reckon with. Diligence. Number four is expectation. Now these, they go hand in hand. Diligence and expectation. In expectation, you are believing, you are anticipating, you are looking forward to a turnaround or a change of things. So you invest yourself, you work hard, but at the same time, you have not lost hope. You are not just doing it aimlessly. You are expecting that my investments will pay out. My investments will bring and attract a reward. It might not be here. These people might not appreciate me, but these efforts will attract either an open door somewhere, a better return, a recognition by somebody, or a reward from God himself, who sees my efforts and my diligence. So, expectation. Don't lose your expectation. Don't lose your hope that things will change, because definitely things will change. Remember, there are seasons in life, seasons for everything. Nothing stays forever. Yes, have you heard that statement that the only constant in this life, the only thing that does not change in this life is change itself? That's the only obvious, that things will change. No matter what happens, things will change. So keep expecting the best. There's power in your expectation. So number one, we say prayer. Number two, agreement. Number 3, diligence. Number 4, expectation. And number 5, your language, your speech. Discipline yourself to speaking positive, even in the midst of challenges. Discipline yourself not to be overtaken by emotions, but to always have that voice of reason and intentionality in your communications. If there are challenges to be addressed, address them amicably. But your talk, your speech, your language must always be positive. I think politicians do well in this regard. You know, there may be very hot tensions within a political party or a political structure, very heated tensions in the background. But when you hear them talking to the public, when you hear them speaking about their visions and their aspirations as a party, you will never hear them talk about the tensions, the disagreements, the crisis that is within their structures. They understand the power of speech, the power of the tongue. That's the same with you. Always speak highly, positively about yourself, about your health, about your marriage, about your business, about your workplace, about everything around you. Speak positively. You know, there are people who, when you hear them talk, even about the global world, the crisis that's happening in our world today, when they begin to narrate to you the magnitude of the crisis, you would think that we don't have another week on this world. Things have gone terrible, such that in a week's time, we are all finished. But there is so much good that are happening around the world. We have to mind our speech. Speak positively. Then number 6, vision. Now, vision and expectation, they work almost hand in hand. You have to envision a greater reality that you desire to experience. Have a vision and keep seeing it. Keep thinking about it. Sometimes we are so engrossed, we are overtaken and overwhelmed by the situations at hand. But have a vision. What reality do you want to see? What reality do you want to experience? Ignore this temporarily. Think about a new reality. Think about the possibilities. Think about you in a new environment. What reality do you want to see? So there is power in vision. From time to time, even in your low moments, revisit your vision. Read it, rewrite it, recite it, talk to yourself, pep talk to yourself about that vision. It generates power to rise above your prevailing circumstance. And this demands also thought. Think about that vision. Think about the possibilities. Think about a way out. Think about a better reality. I'm not just talking about fantasizing, but actually thinking strategies and plans and possibilities that are within your reach. Think about what God can do and how life can look like when God has intervened in your situation. So number 7 is your thoughts. You know that worry is repeatedly playing negative thoughts in our minds. Negative thoughts, negative possibilities, when we continuously replay them in our minds, that's worry. But when we think in the positive, that's expectation, that's vision, that's hope. So manage your thoughts. When you feel like you're just contemplating and thinking, why has this happened to me? Why am I not coming out? Why is it taking long? Readjust your thoughts. Speak to yourself and begin to think positively. And lastly, number 8, attitude. Attitude. Decide to stay positive in all seasons of your life. Decide that this health condition will not pull me down. This what's happening in my marriage will not make me a negative, a cynical person. Decide that whatever is happening or is going on with my children will not make me a negative, cynical person. What's happening in my workplace will not disrupt my attitude. I will maintain positivity. It's a decision you have to make. I'll maintain positivity. I'll stay afloat. I'll keep up that positive heart, that positive vibe, that positive mind. I'll still keeping and maintaining that attitude. So 8 things, 8 powerful forces you can deploy in your life to change things. Number 1, we say prayer. Number 2, agreement with somebody. Number 3, diligence. Number 4, expectation. Number 5, your tongue or your speech. Number 6, vision. Number 7, your thoughts. And lastly, number 8, your attitude. When you work on these 8 and deploy them, just try and imagine all these 8. When you deploy these forces in your life, I guarantee you things will change. The way I view these powerful forces, I view them as power generators. You know, our communities, our nations are powered, or the energy that we have is generated differently. There is hydro generated electricity, there is wind, there is solar, there is all kinds of generators of an energy that powers our communities and our nations. And when all these power generators generate their energy, they feed it into a grid, and then nations and communities begin to thrive. That's how I view these things. Generators of power. Generate power through prayer, generate it through synergy or agreement, a prayer partner, a mentor, an advisor, a counselor, whatever you choose. Generate power through diligence, generate power through expectation, generate power through your speech, your conversations, through your vision, through your thoughts, your thought patterns, and through your attitude. All these 8 generators of power, then the power is fed into the grid of your life. Oh, imagine a life that you will live when you are so much powered by all these generators. Oh yes, your life can change, your situation can change. Just deploy and make use of these available forces, and you will testify. God bless you so much, and thank you for staying tuned to the broadcast. Let's meet again in the next one. Until then, God bless.